I believe that Memphis is going to turn around because they got Jackson, they got and they got rid of Conley. I think Ja Morant is going to be the most impressive rookie this year. He will be the Roy, aka Rookie of the Year, Ja Morant. This is not a homer pick. This is not a homer pick. I say it again. This is not a homer pick. The coach of the year is going to be the coach of the Bulls. I don't really have a lot of faith in him, but I think this boy Kevin White is going to make the Bulls look a lot better than they are. At the end of the season, the Bulls were starting to round into shape. This coach is a solid he's a solid, fundamentally sound coach. I actually like him. Kobe White is a dude that I can get behind. I think he's going to allow this dude to play. And I think the Bulls will be in the playoff for the first time in a very long time. And that will bring some attention to Chicago. I think this is going to be a breakout season for Wendell Carter Jr. I really don't like the fact that Chris Dunn is not going to get a lot of tickets. He's probably going to get traded. But I like Zach LaVine. If he's smart, he will move Zach to the shooting guard. Chris Dunn. They got Otto Porter, Yuri Markkinen. The Bulls should come into this healthy. And they got power forward Thaddeus Young as a free agent. I think the Bulls coach will be the coach of the year. If not him, I believe it will be the New York Knicks coach, which will be my man Tisdale, because that dude can coach his ass off. And I just think the Knicks are going to come in. The Knicks and the Bulls, the NBA is always a little better. All sports are better when teams in Los Angeles, New York, Chicago, and somewhere in Texas are good. So I think the Knicks and the Bulls will make some noise. I'm not saying either one of them will make the play. One of those teams will make the playoffs, either the Knicks or the Bulls. But I just think the Bulls will have they were bit by the injury bug. A bunch of their players went down. I think these teams are going to round into shape. These two teams are going to round into shape. And either they're going to push each other to the playoffs. One of these teams will make the playoffs. The team, either the Bulls or the Knicks, will make the playoffs. And the team that makes the playoffs, I believe, is the team that will have the coach of the year. And that ends my basketball segment. And y'all know what's next.
Come on. We will win. Because we will hit all game. We are motivated. We are dedicated. Come on now. We will win. Because we are the best on the field. And we hit the field like all day light, all night light, on the blue light, offense light, defense light, his squad light, house call light, and a sound light, and a sound light, and a sound light.
Oh, thank you for the football segment, and I thank y'all for tuning in to the End of the Bench podcast hosted by yours truly on
Built for This Network.
And no more Chief Rock Jersey Brand about to cuss me out in about 5 minutes because I made a mistake and deleted our picks last week. I will give Chief Rock of the week because I blew it. Sorry, Chief, I blew it. I deleted. I was making my show list and deleted the picks from last week. My bad, bro. I just say Chief Rocker been winning. You know what? I will give Chief Rocker the first 4 weeks because I had it all added up and I was deleting stuff from my phone and deleted that. So, Chief, if you want to call me a big dummy, I will be a big dummy. But it's my fault. Chief won the first 5 weeks. We going into this week. My bad, Chief. That was the big dummy. The big dummy of the week move is by HRap. Sorry, Chief. Damn. Well, anyway, I'm gonna have I got 4 weeks to catch up with Chief. I'm just gonna say he was winning by 10 games. Chief got a 10-game head start on me. My bad, Chief. Let's just say Chief was killing me by 10 picks. and then we'll start off from there. And we'll make sure I send Chief a copy of tonight's and me a copy of tonight. That way, this week we can go from here. And remember, Chief Rocker got a 10-game lead on me. That way, it will be no confusion. He's 10 games ahead. I'm in a 10-game hole. We're gonna see what happens from that. Now, I want to start it off the football segment by saying the running game is king. Say what you want to say, do what you want to do, but we can look at all the games, and I'm sure y'all been watching them. A lot of y'all play fantasy. We can look at all the games that's going on in the NFL this week, last week, the week before, and the week before that, and every team that's in a close game had a big time running game. We can go through the list of the weeks, and we can go over it, and it will hold true. The running game is King Kong, and y'all ain't got nothing on King Kong. We can start off by the week. The first game of the week, the Seattle Seahawks versus the Los Angeles Rams. This was a very close game. They was kicking ass and taking names, but guess what? The running game kept this alive. Chris Carson was running all over running all over the Rams. They couldn't do anything with him. By the end of the game, they were tired. Dangerous Soul Wilson walked them down the field, won the game. Yeah, they missed the field goal. Kickers suck. Y'all know how I feel about kickers. But at the end of the day, without running, you ain't gonna be in contention. People kept saying, "Oh man, HRap, you crazy." I told y'all, I've been telling y'all since July. I've been telling y'all since June the running game is gonna make a resurgence, and that's exactly what happened in the Rams game. And when you run the ball, both teams are trying to run the ball, you will get better results, you'll get closer games, and we can just go through the entire situation, and I guarantee you, every game that we cover that's close, the running game had an impact on it. The next game is the Cincinnati Bengals versus the Arizona Cardinals. The Cincinnati Bengals lost 23-26. A lot of people, this is what I'm going to go about. Cincinnati Bengals, all of y'all that said Marvin Lewis need to be fired, Marvin Lewis don't know what the hell going on. The Cincinnati Bengals 0-5. And it don't look like they're going to win nothing else. They discombobulated, they unorganized, and guess what? Marvin Lewis kept them in most games. His defense was impeccable, and that's where their weakness is. So maybe it was just Andy Dalton. How about this? Marvin Lewis, his offensive coordinator just got fired. We're going to talk about him later. And his defensive coordinator got the Minnesota Vikings on the move. So is Marvin Lewis the bad coach, or his best cogs and his on his team are helping other teams do things? Cincinnati Bengals, Andy Dalton, 262 yards passing. He sucked. But guess what? Kyler Murray and Johnson, the running back. Kyler Murray, 93 yards. Johnson, 101 yards. Guess what happened? Arizona get their first victory of the year. Big up to the Arizona Cardinals. Big up to Kyler Murray. Told y'all. The running game is King Kong. Y'all don't have to agree with me, but the proof is in the pudding. You run the win, you throw the score. That's what time it is. The Buffalo Bills playing Buffalo Bills and the Tennessee Titans, another two teams that's kicking ass and taking names defensively, and they're running the football. Buffalo Bills beat the Tennessee Titans. Guess what? Derrick Henry, they beat them 14-7. Derrick Henry, Josh Allen. Josh Allen is not much of a runner. A thrower of the football. So they running the ball. That's why this game was close. The Bears, Chase Daniels is horrible. People on the vaunted Bear defense, they got 24 points run up on them. Let's be honest, y'all. I couldn't lose in this game. I'm a Raider fan. I'm from Chicago. I couldn't lose. Let's be honest, though. Josh Jacobs is a big-time running back. I knew he was going to be a big-time running back. Chase Daniels is piss poor. Allen Robinson, 97 yards. But the Bears refuse to run the ball consistently, and they keep trying to make Chase Daniels and this bum, Mitchell Trubisky, the man. These two quarterbacks are not worth two dead flies smushed together. They are horrible. They are freaking horrible. And the Bears look like the 1984 Bears, which in my opinion were a much better team than the 85 Bears. But they had Steve Fuller at the quarterback because Jim McMahon had a lacerated kidney. But Chase Daniels, you suck. You stunk it up. The Bears had to pull themselves up out of a 17-0 hole. And they did it. But at the end of the game, they end up losing because Josh Jacobs tired out the defense. Allen Robinson had a good game. Chase Daniels 3 and out at the Bears, defense to death. Big ups to rallying back Bears, but if the Bears don't get a damn quarterback worth a damn, it's not going to be a good season. It's going to continue to be a frustrating season for the Chicago Bears. Chase Daniels, you suck. Mitchell Trubisky, you suck more. Big ups to the Raiders and not John Gruden. To further prove my point, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they throwing the ball all over the field. Jameis not doing as many interceptions as he used to, but guess what? Alvin Kamara, Michael Thomas, Teddy Bridgewater. It looks like Sean Payton has finally got into a rhythm with Teddy B. I'm really appreciating that because, hey, the more he get into a rhythm, the more people get off Teddy Bridgewater's back. Stop trying to call a game that Drew Brees will excel in. But I got my man Mooka Dean just entered the building. Much love, Mooka Dean. Thank you, brother. But as you look at this game, Teddy Bridgewater and the running game, Teddy Bridgewater being more comfortable, Sean Payton calling a more Teddy-centric game, and that defense. Again, man, if you run the ball, you will win in this league. You will keep the games close. Minnesota Vikings, piss poor quarterback. The New York Giants in the rebuilding mode. Dalvin Cook, 132 yards. Adam Thielen. Maybe he needs to come out and diss. Maybe my man Stephon Diggs need to come out and diss Kirk Cousins bum ass, and he'll get a bunch of balls. But if you look at this, the New York Giants got a good a backup running back, but he's still a backup. He's a backup for a reason. Barkley is still with that high ankle sprain. I don't expect to see him for at least another 2 weeks. New York Giants, they are in rebuilding mode. But again, Dalvin Cook, 132 yards. Allen Thielen, look, we keep hearing this nonsense about the running game is obsolete. It is not obsolete. The running game is the reason a lot of these dudes win. Kirk Cousins without Dalvin Cook looks like Chase Daniels and Mitchell Trubisky. Point blank, period. Big ups to Dalvin Cook, big ups to Allen Thielen, and big ups to the Minnesota Vikings for chalking up another big. As I move ease on down the road, the New York Jets, as they say, man, just end the season. They are hot garbage. They smell like garbage truck juice. They stink, everything about them. I just want to know this. How the hell does this dude keep a job? Adam Gase, you suck as the Miami coach. You suck. You stunk all to be damned. Some way, somehow, some way, you somehow, some way, you finagled yourself another job in New York and pulled it off. And you have this team looking horrible. Todd Bowles never had the Jets looking this bad. They are getting their brains beat out. And here's another example of Carson Wentz only throwing for 189 yards. Jordan Howard and other running backs running wild like a child in a walker. And it's crazy. It's just freaking crazy how nobody's paying attention to the fact that the New York Jets are looking this bad. They allegedly, when you get another coach, you should be improving, and they're not. They're not getting better week to week, day to day, month to month, year to year. They're still the Jets. And nobody's talking about Adam Gase. He's not galvanizing the defense, which was solid last year. He's not getting the offensive order. I understand Sam Darnold is out with mononucleosis. I get it. But it's another coach that I'm going to talk about in a second. On the very next game, he lost the Pro Bowl, Hall of Fame wide receiver, on a Pro Bowl arc running back, and his team is competing. And he lost the Pro Bowl quarterback, and his team is competing. The Philadelphia Eagles running the football, playing good defense, and kicking ass and taking names. That's why they won. Big ups to the Eagles. Now, with that being said, that's the game. This is the game I was talking about. The Pittsburgh Steelers, another hard luck loss. Lamar Jackson. Finally, Coach Harbaugh has fallen out of love with the fact that Lamar Jackson is not the runner that we assumed. I mean, he's not the passer that we assumed he was, playing against the junior varsity team known as